There's signs of tampering. There's it's flagged 1060. There's signs of tampering, and he's like, no, you don't understand it. There's a guy that I got this from, and I need to go return it to him.
Chat.
So I'm like, what the shit are you talking about? I didn't know if this was like some crazy ass, this guy's, it's typical, right? Oh, it's my friend's car, whatever. I said, well, get his ass down here. And he's like, no, you don't understand. There's a guy that I got this from, and I paid him for it. It's a rental. So what do? We end up escorting him and saying, hey, look, we'll cut you some slack here. We need to find out whose car this is right now. And, otherwise you're the one getting the joyride in charge. So he ends up taking us to this guy who is actually renting out these vehicles. He told us there is no rental papers, that he had a list of like 10 supercars that he could choose from as a rental up until the next tsunami, so that he gives it to you. They're already flagged 1060. There's signs of tampering on them. Like I said, no rental papers. So there's times where folks are probably going to find this guy. He said he does not know if this guy moves around every few hours. He doesn't know if he stays in the same spot every tsunami. He has no idea. But he said the cars go, upwards of probably 150, 160. He said his comment, he was easily getting a 130, and he thought that he probably could have, if he pushed it, he probably could have gotten a 160, I believe he said.
Did they give a cost associated with this rental?
He said 1,000, right?
Yeah, I think he said it was almost 1,000.
You're telling me $600 for an ingot over at the apartments, but $1,000 for a supercar?
Yes.
I don't know. This is giving Hellcat for $5,000 on Life Invader.
Yes.
It seems a little suspicious.
Well, I'm telling you, I pulled out a video camera, and I'm like, look, we're gonna record this whole damn thing. So I got the whole thing on cassette tape, threw it in the evidence locker, and there it is. I had my camera out the whole time, cassette tape, myself, Denzel, Aziz, Johnson, we all got it taken care of. So he said this is something that he just heard about, and he doesn't know many people in the city even know about it. So we just happened to get the right guy. This guy had basically no criminal record at all whatsoever. He like ran a red light or something, or turned left on a red or something. So yeah, this is a big one. And it also means that this is probably something we have to take to Nakota, and have Nakota push this in city council meetings and say, hey, if people can just go rent cars from this guy who's supposedly getting these illegal supercars that are stolen, and they're fast as shit, then what the hell are we supposed to do? So maybe it'll constitute some budget for us to be able to get some of those nicer cars that we've been testing recently. Yeah, that guy just started singing. I felt like I was at a damn opera.
No, I'm not.
So
Well, I guess
I'm in the
it's a
US.
good thing I'm here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. To add on, we've had an investigation launched into the key frequency tool. We do know that a lot of these high-end vehicles are being stolen from the Vinewood Hills. We're pushing it up to the council now. We're waiting to hear back.
What did you just do?
No?
Yeah, it hasn't been passed, but we're just waiting on a confirmation on making it criminalized. Yeah. The possession of that tool will be seized moving forward, I believe, once that is all set in ordinance with the DOJ. But we do know that in the past, we've caught individuals who have stolen cars from Vinewood Hills, have taken them to locations near Sandy, near Palito, near Harmony, where they break down the vehicle parts. Now, this is the same vehicle right here. This is the vehicle that the individual claimed that he rented. It's a high-end sports vehicle, okay? We see a lot of these vehicles up in the hills as well. So we don't know yet, but I'd like to see a little bit more information, more patterns, more investigation launched into this.
Do you think people already like on the race today that we got? Do you think people went to rent cars to this guy?
Possible.
They could have. Yeah.
definitely
if any of them were flagged 1060, and this is what the guy looked like. Yeah, he straight up took us to the guy, and we didn't talk to him or anything like that, but I mean he told us everything, and it's a done deal. So I have a little report written up there. I don't know how comprehensive it is right now, but that video, I should put that video in evidence as well.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
but it's straight 20, maybe 20 minutes of 20 minutes. It might be like even 30 minutes.
It's a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I record that whole shit. I felt like one of them damn kids, them damn YouTube, them folks that download the YouTube on their phone. You know what I mean? They do that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah, that was good stuff. Oh shit, it's like 30 minutes.
Yikes. I have a few things I need to bring up.
Yeah, go for it, Maple. Go for
real quick. First thing is a bit more important one. This is happening. So as you see, twat here from Mr. Gabon and retweeted by Paris Argo. # kill the government. So people are upset about their electricity bills and their house bills. Some people have very expensive ones, and because of that, they have decided to go and start threatening the treasurer because they think it's her fault. So there's a bolo currently in regards to threats against the government, city council, with more detailed twats and whatnot. Some of which specifically targeting Etta, who is in the back over there. On shift 2, she was given permission by McNulty to be on police ride-alongs for her safety since she's been getting these threats. So just something to keep in mind and keep an eye out for. You see people twatting about this stuff to document it and track it.
Pummel, thank you for the 9 months, by the way. I appreciate it.
It may be very, very important if something does happen to the city council members down the line. So that's one thing.
I will reiterate on that real quick before moving on. I need to make sure everybody is reading that bolo. There is very pertinent information for Etta.
It's not just Etta either.
It's not. But there's information for Etta in there, and there's also information for others as well. And that will probably get added onto. Pretty much everybody in the city council is just to be assumed as a potential threat right now. Bear that in mind.
Potential threat, yeah. So yeah, if you see any twats or anything about that, make sure you guys add them to that report, add them to that bolo, just so that we're all up to date, know what to keep out for, and keep an eye out for, and make sure that we're able to help them when they can't help themselves. Is he?
Oh, I'm just in shock that my landlord would say something like this, or ex-landlord. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really think you know somebody?
You guys think we could get him for treason?
You know?
Doesn't it have to be?
Yeah.
You know?
It's not that far-fetched.
Right now, no.
I've heard crazier.
I was gonna say, I think right now, no, but I think you probably have a case to build on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's
see. The other thing I have is less crazy, but it is related to cargo fast time. We had another street race today. This one took place in the city. I'll move a little bit out of the way. This is a circuit that they followed within city limits. We are unsure as to where the start-finish line is on this race, but that was the track followed. It kind of took us all over the place.
It looks like a pterodactyl.
Was this one a sprint or was this one laps?
Maybe? It was
pterodactyl, dog. That's Yoshi.
Laps, right?
What you talking about?
Oh my lord! It does. Not that I know. Not that I know what that is.
I got Abraham Lincoln.
What?
Yeah, that's now the second track I think that we have outlined in terms of these street races. Actually, I should probably make a dossier with all the outline tracks.
That would be good. I don't know if there's one already, but that would be really good. We have a few tracks already, right? And
we have this one, and I know we have the Sandy / Grapeseed one.
That's the track they did.
And
Yeah,
the one right
that's
here.
definitely it.
I'm gonna put this up for you guys as well. My partner Denzel received a text message to our website today. I want to direct your attention to report 1847. With the assistance of Officer Riley, we were able to crack and access the metadata and break into some Matrix level shit. And he was able to get access to the password and get into the website itself. Now, if you guys look at the report 1847, we had information in pertaining to a race that was going to take place. Unfortunately, it was not the same track that we had thought in mind. So we're not sure if this was to throw us on a goose chase or maybe the information was leaked that we received this. So the track was changed. But ultimately, this was the track that I believe they were going to go for today. Right there.
Yeah, but instead they did the Yoshi circuit.
Instead they did the Yoshi circuit. I believe it's Wednesdays and Fridays, if I'm not mistaken, that these will be taking place.
Looks like a dick and balls on the left.
It does. It does look like one, especially how they loop around right there. It's like they did that on purpose.
What's that street name again?
Which one?
Where the Dick and Balls is?
Davis, I think.
Exceptionalist.
Davis and New Empire Way is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like they loop on New Empire Way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an eventful shift.
And then the only
still have
other
to figure
thing
this
is
out.
that looks like the stuff that Nakoto managed to push through for us last weekend got pushed into legislation. A lot of things got the times and fines increased. I think it's on that announcement that the Chief Justice guy did. The Chief Justice guy did.
And a lot more legislation as well. Adoption policies, expungement. I heavily advise everyone look through the new legislation. There's been a lot of announcements.
Hey, I read through the adoption policy. Doesn't that kind of violate freedom of speech?
Which one?
The adoption policy.
Yeah, I was actually questioning that one too. I think it does.
Adoption policy?
Yeah,
Sue the state and find out.
Yeah, apparently if you state that you have a kid, but it's not recognized by the state, you could get a fine for that.
I don't know.
I mean, why don't we have Margaret here explain it? I mean, wasn't she?
Marguerite, come on.
Yeah, Marguerite.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, for those of you who didn't read the report, Etta will be going by Margaret by all of it.
Marguerite, come on.
Is Marguerite able to
Allez,
provide some
va au podium, devant.
clarification?
What about the adoption policy?
Oh, I guess I don't know what's the
If you can,
yeah. Are you able to? Are you
Okay.
able to?
Well, I mean, yeah. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, first of all, let me just say that I was the only council member that voted against this. Basically,
it violated freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Well, no, because I wasn't going to dismantle my family legally. So, what? So basically, it is due to people in the city who have previously just kind of randomly collected adults like Pokemon.
Are you talking about Rod Long?
I don't know of Rod adopting any children, but more like Sam Bass, or rest his soul, or Raymond Romanov, or Fiona Stewart. I think at one point Ash Ketchup also adopted the entire Vagos gang once upon a time. Things like that. Anyways, so to avoid the social erosion that would cause, the council members who brought it forward felt that it was a good idea to limit their people's abilities to adopt and create these quote unquote family bushes. So one adult is able to adopt one other person for a fee of $30,000. For the moment, it's just limited to one. However, we are thinking about increasing that limit. Eventually. So in the event of married couples, I believe, each spouse can adopt a person, and then those people can be siblings, I guess. I don't really know. I hate the whole thing and think it's stupid, but again, I was the only one. So,
I'm down to take the hit. I'll take this to court.
However, there is also an adoption fraud charge that was created to enforce this, which is a no-time $60,000 fine.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, I'll take this to court. I'll take the hit.
And then also there were $5,000 bounties approved without my that I wasn't consulted on. For anybody who snitches, that leads to an indictment on this charge.
I have a question I think no one's really thought of.
Yeah.
Pushing these charges relies on us. I don't know if anyone in this room really wants to do that.
Oh no, trust me. I was the first person to bring up the drain on PD resources that it would be in an asinine attempt to enforce this. But you know, hey, they did it anyways.
$60,000. That's more than a murder charge. I'm going for it. I'd rather charge.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
So, what I would suggest is that if you do actually want to do something about this and get rid of this law, then I would create a petition and get signatures, because the more people that I can take before the council to show them that, you know, the people think this is stupid, then we can get it repealed. I have already gotten pushback trying to put forth a motion to repeal it for this next council meeting. But, you know, hey, I'm going to keep doing it because I think it's fucking stupid. So.
Sounds like someone just need to sue instead.
The law states you can't even say someone's related. Like if I call someone my brother or something.
Yeah, it violates freedom of speech.
Well, as far I brought that up because, you know, of course, Flop is my brother. And I was like, you're not taking my brother from me. And they pretty much said, oh, well, it's not siblings because that's never been an issue. It's people adopting children, calling them their sons and daughters and whatnot specifically.
The wording of the charges, like I could grab somebody for saying that, literally.
Yeah, like that whole the family tree thing, I don't know. Like I said, everything is ridiculous and they want a lot of it, I guess, pushed to court, which again drain on resources. But what's up, Cornwood?
What about marriage?
What about it?
I mean, why don't instead of having a bunch of kids, maybe just everybody gets married? I think you have a bunch of you have a bunch of wives and husbands.
Yeah, well, they also put forth the whole marriage act, where, you know, now you have to pay $25,000 to marry somebody in this new Los Santos government.
And you can't be married to somebody, it seems, already, just to clarify.
Yeah, all previous marriages are null and void in the eyes of the law. However, there is now spousal privilege, which there was not before. So a married couple cannot testify against each other. All communication between said couple is also protected. However, there are stipulations. You have to be married for at least 21 days before spousal privilege kicks in. And you can't have any current pending court cases or charges against you, or a judge can deny your marriage.
So, question.
Yes.
What if you don't actually adopt them? Just call them your kids. I mean,
that is
adoption fraud.
Oh yeah, that's the
that
adoption
will get
fraud.
you a
True.
60,000.
So I can't have like 3-4 mummies.
Hey guys, I have 2 adopted kids. Anyone want to charge me? I'll gladly
put your hands up if you have multiple moms or dads.
No mummies.
Trust me, Nakota and I did bring that up, and we were like, it's literally going to be impossible to enforce this.
Yeah,
Nakota just kind of laughed and said, well, good luck trying to you know, enforce this because it's going to be really hard.
Hey, I have a question.
It falls on us.
But there is no marriage fraud, so I mean, you can still keep calling your spouse your spouse.
It's 10K.
So.
Is it? I see it.
I mean, technically, with this adoption policy, you can't.
No, your spouse. You can.
Well, I mean,
your spouse
that's
your
a
spouse.
relation. That's family. You're stating like literally the wording of this fucking charge says you can't have any sort of relation to another person like that.
Yeah, but it refers it back to the legislation, which is specific towards like your kids.
Yeah, like kids, grandchildren, things like that. That's what it's
as per the
referring
adoption.
to.
Okay, yes.
Oh, and also the everything got passed for the criminal possession of a government issued weapon. I just saw that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now
you could
that
rob
is
6 cops
that is
for it, though.
probably the great
$100,000.
news. Yeah.
That's the
So
other thing.
'cause-
I mean, just a lot of legislation things have been updated too. If you haven't read through it, update yourself on.
yeah.
Is
again,
adoption fraud a felony?
And
No.
no, it's
No.
not. No, it's
Oh, it should
I have
be.
It
I
should
have
be.
2
They
adopted
made
kids,
evidence
guys.
tampering a felony though, so yeah, that's
Oh,
a lot.
Like I
shit.
said,
that's a
you
lot
know,
heftier charge now. A lot heftier charge.
the louder that people are about how much they dislike this, the easier we can get it repealed. So, you know,
I'll get documents started
I
in the
have a-
PD
I love
and
it.
get every name signed in the PD.
please
who's against
do.
it.
I
Please
have a
do.
question,
Because the more
Marguerite.
names that I can bring forward, the better. Because it's just going to look like I'm biased, which I've already been accused of.
Mhm.
So yeah, the more names that I can bring forward, the better.
What? Can I have a question, Marguerite?
Pretty sure
Um,
there's a book on this.
Which one of the legislations people are mad at you for? It's all written like put in place by Corain.
Legislation isn't why they're mad.
It's the tax.
It's the taxes and the utility bills, because apparently they've never paid a utility bill before. Surprise Pikachu. So you know, yeah. Now all of a sudden it's my fault, and I'm a corrupt fucking rat, and yeah.
Well, hold on. So, okay, this is semi-related, but
She also didn't even know that they were coming in.
Yeah, I didn't know about him either, so it was a surprise for
Oh,
me
of course.
too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, semi-related.
Mm-hmm.
$25,000 to get married.
Yes,
And $25,000 to get divorced, right?
that's correct.
Can you marry something that isn't a person?
I
see where you're going with
believe
this,
it
Cornwood.
specifies
Cornwood, you
in
cannot marry
there
the
that
Texas
it
flag.
has to be.
You're gonna marry your gun?
Oh my god!
I would
Cornwood's
love
trying
to
to marry
marry
his
the
gun.
law.
I don't have access to my
Oh.
MDT, so I can't see
Cornwood.
it. But
Weird thing.
Corwin's
I'm
about to
ordained.
marry the
Wait, you
American
like to marry
flag,
the laws?
the law,
the
his
marriage
gun.
acts is marriage between
I would like
Texas
to
flag.
marry justice, and I don't
Yeah.
mean the justice from the middle of Unicorn. I
You
mean
could
Ah,
marry
the real
Lady
one.
Justice.
like
You could
justice.
argue that that's
She's
a
nice.
person. That's a person.
Oh, that's a good point.
What if you want
I
to get
mean,
divorced?
hey, if you can argue it.
And Cornwood, she could only get married once, so you gotta do it quick.
Wait,
You gotta do it quick.
Well, I
can get
think
married one time?
you can only marry one person at a time. So like you can't
What
go
the
and
hell?
collect a whole bunch of spouses
Impeding
to
our
get
religion,
spousal privilege. You know,
So,
so
I got married in Quebec, Canada. So you mean
Yeah, my
that
husband
now I'm
too.
not married anymore?
You gotta
Not-
refile.
Especially not if it's in Canada.
Well,
Good lord.
you're married in
Especially
Canada.
Quebec.
It's just not
Yes.
legally recognized.
it's
in
just
Los
not legally
Santos and Los
recognized here. Yeah,
Santos.
Okay.
so
That's
there
good.
would be no spousal privilege.
How do I get
so.
ordained?
By
I'm gonna
Really?
count
Yeah,
myself.
I
yeah.
think
How
I'm
do you
done
get
here.
How
married?
do I get ordained?
Really quick, if anybody wants to vote against it, I'm currently writing it out. But PD.ca 1887. I'll go ahead and make sure that this gets forwarded over to Marguerite. But please feel free to add your name to the list if you are against it. This way, they have a head count on us.
Not to,
1887?
Not to step
I
on
don't
Marguerite's
have-
toes, but wouldn't it
I
be
don't have
more
access to
appropriate
that.
to go to Nakota? Like he's our voice on the council. No offense
Yeah,
to
that's-
Marguerite.
No,
that's fair.
perfectly fine. Like he would be happy to take up. He's right there with me in all of this. So yeah, that's what.
telling you,
If
man,
it's the
I'll
PD
eat the
speaking up
60K
about it,
fine, man.
definitely take it to him because
Mm.
we're just collecting them together. So yeah.
Okay. Well, on a separate note, if any of y'all want to snitch on anybody who's doing this, report number 1888. I'll handle that.
Can I snitch to
I
myself?
mean, I'm not gonna weigh in on this whole like adoption and marriage stuff. But what I will say, when it's slow, I mean, 15%. That's 9K each. You could easily get
Yeah,
some
Kurt, I was
adoption
about to
fraud
say, you
stings
got kids
going.
or
And,
what?
That's a lot of
Yeah,
money. right
guys.
there.
that is
Yep.
a lot of money.
It's a
But it's a murder
misdemeanor. You
charge.
could just find me.
I got appliances to pay for. Anyway,
Bills, guys.
unless somebody else has something incredibly important, we've been in here for like an hour.
I have 2
I need to
adopted
get out
kids.
there.
Put your hands behind your back.
Dibs.
Put your hands behind your back.
All right.
It's a
Wow, you got it.
misdemeanor.
No, you got it.
It is a
I
misdemeanor.
don't know
It's
if I have any
citation.
adopted kids. I
So
don't
you
know.
just had- you just
I'm
hand
just
them a
looking to
bill
get
and
the
walk
cut out of
away.
it.
42 years
Yeah,
old.
whoever's willing
I'm
to
now
file
single.
on Kurt,
Like
go for it.
since
Yep,
today,
I have 2
I was
adopted
married. I'm
kids,
not married
guys.
anymore.
Wait,
All right.
wait, but how do we know he doesn't have
No.
everything
Get out
done
of there.
legally?
Oh,
it's illegal?
I don't know.
What do you mean? No, it's not illegal. It's only illegal if you don't go through the official process.
I have 2 adopted
No,
kids.
but you
guys.
can only
They're
have
my
one
children.
regardless. So.
What if I
Anyway,
marry somebody who's
outside.
adopted
I
a
refuse
kid?
to tell
y'all,
you
before
that.
we go,
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance
I
to
pledge
thee,
allegiance to
Texas,
thee,
one
Texas,
state,
one
under
state,
God,
under
one
God,
and indivisible.
one and indivisible.
Oh wait,
rare
I
steak
salute-
is the best.
Sorry, if that
level
was
of
Mega
beef.
Robsic, can someone just shine a flashlight
What?
on the scene? I don't know if we cleared the building after.
'Cause I
And
was
see if
buying stuff for
anything
the
gets left
house.
behind on that.
Oh.
You need money,
Hey.
Barrett?
You got a
I'm
few
loaning
minutes?
You some.
You're gonna do it.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'll
Oh
step
yeah,
outside.
I'll get to rest in a little bit.
What's up?
So Clover and I just want to touch base with our check-ins. Been about a week past our due date for the first one.
Yeah.
I just got Lucas's done a few days ago.
You know if yourself or both of you will be around tomorrow?
Tomorrow? We can be if needed.
Okay, I'll do both your check-ins tomorrow.
Are you going 42 Barrack?
Oh no. But
Oh, come over
it's
here.
gonna be a shorter day. I'm just.
Check-ins aren't necessarily, from my understanding, some super in-depth thing as much as it is like, hey, how do you feel you're doing? Do you think there's any areas at which you can improve? Do you need any help with anything? I've heard nothing
I thought we were
bad.
supposed to like quiz them and like ride with them and like. All
I mean,
that
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Make sure they're doing fine. That's why I was just gonna hold it off till
Yes. However, in saying that, Lucas, for example, is not someone who, like, on the spot testing, like, you can be really good at your job and just be a bad test taker,
Yeah, absolutely.
However, your application of all of your knowledge is the important bit. With Lucas, not something I have to worry about. And I mean, most of Lucas's feedback was, I don't necessarily think there's anything I could really do better. In addition to the fact that obviously we're understaffed, and sometimes that makes like logistically dealing with certain things impossible. But like, I don't know. Maybe I just have it easy because I had Lucas, but it wasn't a matter of like having to necessarily test every last bit of detail, because I've seen Lucas do just about everything. I mean, short of, let's say, negotiations, which isn't really something, like, I've seen most, if not everything. But yeah, speaking of that, so I just go down there, throw in everything into the report, get it documented, and then
pretty much.
And then just change the title to Ayo, this mine.
Yep.
Okay, I go do that.
Everybody questions the banana, by the way.
Oh, it's for scale. Tessa knew, by the way.
Sorry?
Tessa, I brought her over the other day.
Oh. Well, nobody else did.
No one knew?
No. Everybody's like, scale of what? And their minds went the same place mine did.
What, Dick?
Yeah.
No. What the fuck? No. No.
Yeah, I got the stairs started, and the like circular bed I finished up.
Oh, does it look nice?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so check it out at some point.
You need more money?
Truthfully, the only reason that I'm on duty is because I need money.
Wait. Yeah, I need money too. How much
Yeah,
you need?
$4.
Oh, you want me to send you like 15 grand?
Yeah, or just when
I can't afford my marriage or my kid. I texted Flop and said, what if we rename you Adopted? He did say I thought about that.
Jesus Christ. You don't need to send me money, but maybe when you're heading up there, if you check on the house or something like that, just get some of the large tiles.
Oh, I spoke with Andy.
Yeah.
And she told me it definitely works out cheaper to like make some of the large, but I'm gonna be real. Once we have the flooring and stuff, we're good. So I don't necessarily think it's worth making.
Depends how hard it is to make, and like time it'll take, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I spoke to her as well, and she was with somebody else, and I just happened to be in the front yard, and like looking in a certain direction, and now she thinks that I got the house entirely because of like some like Great Gatsby type situation.
Oh.
Beretta.
I did have a
Which is really
conversation with
awkward.
her. We had that exact same conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said to me.
I
She
feel like
referenced
she
Great
thinks.
Gatsby, and I was like, that's very specific.
I feel like she thinks. You ever seen that SpongeBob GIF? That's all grade, and it's just SpongeBob all alone at the table with a cup of coffee that's smoking.
Yeah.
And it's got steam, and he's just all lonely. I feel like she thinks you're that, looking out the window across the street.
Yeah, she has no idea.
Yeah, definitely. Wait, so if you had money, what would you be doing right now?
Oh, working on the house.
Oh. Okay.
Because I finally like got into like a rhythm of doing things like pretty easily and getting things to match up properly.
Oh.
So,
you want me to go there and point out the spots you missed?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, you can just leave a note for me or something, and I'll fix it later. But it's not perfect, but
why don't we just patrol up north?
Honestly, they did say, I don't know if you were in there during that time, but they said, a lot of stuff's been popping up off north. And you know what? People are selling weed in the house again, or up front in front of the house. Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm pretty sure it was Miss. Not even gonna pretend I know how to pronounce her last name, but it was Violet and Mayomi, I think. Can't prove that. But
okay. Okay, I'm patrolling up north.
Yeah, I'll join you after.
You know what I can't reasonably do?
What's that?
Respond to senior buns from Polito.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We'll be there, but we'll be there by the time it's over. But yeah.
Roads.
Yeah. Oh, what's up?
All right.
How's it going, Margaret?
Marguerite. It's my middle name.
Marguerite.
Marguerite. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Come in.
Yeah. Okay, so come here for a second. Right here in this corner. I need to rapid fire this because I do not have the balls to say it slowly. Okay, so.
Okay.
I spoke to Richard this morning, by the way.
Okay.
He was here for an interview.
Ooh, for dispatch, I'd imagine.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I had a little talk with him. First of all, I owe you an apology.
Why?
So I am sorry for the emotional outburst that I had on the phone with you the other day. To be quite honest, okay, here we go. My feelings were hurt that you went in on a house with Barrick, of all people, after saying that you didn't want to live in Polito with us.
Mhm.
However, I heard you. I understand your reasoning. I get it completely. You are a grown man. You are entitled to do what you want with your money. But, it kind of at the moment felt like, a little bit of a kick in the chest, given our history, Barrick and my my history.
Right.
So, but again, I was emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm over it. Also, at the time, it was a series of unfortunate events because I was already in my feelings about this whole adoption policy thing, because it was pretty much going to shine a spotlight on an insecurity that I have had for the better part of 6 years now, which was my position in our family, because it's always been kind of unspoken and nobody's really, put a label on it. And I didn't know where I stood. And I felt like maybe you just didn't want me in the family. So I kind of spiraled and went from 0 to 100 and got really upset. And I'm sorry. I was wrong.
You don't have to apologize, Etta. For what it's worth, when I found out that the house originally everyone was looking at was, number one, the price that it was, in addition to the what I was told was like a 24% tax on top of it. I'd like to think I'm financially responsible, and at that point I said, yeah, I don't know about that one. And then I considered it, and then I got the call from you, and my immediate response after that call was to tell them I'm backing out. I can't help them. Reason being, obviously I would much have preferred the house go to you, but again, at the same time, it was a matter of it was, and even this is sort of structured as a sort of not necessarily loan. And who knows? Maybe this is something where I do end up enjoying Polito. Who knows?
Right.
My ideal goal is somewhere like Mirror Park, somewhere close to the city. Because yes, I used to be part of the BCSO, PBSO, and love it up north.
Right.
It's also not exactly convenient. And so my question then becomes to most people, like, would you prefer your dream house that is ages away from where you work on a daily basis? Would you rather find, something nice, more so middle of the road than your dream house, to have it be incredibly convenient to where you work and not have to spend hours each way to work? Not that it would take hours each way, but the general gist of it is still there.
Right.
And so for me, this house is a sort of easy out, in that, while yes, it did cost a decent sum of money, the price went down a decent chunk, which I was very happy about.
Ours.
And at the same time, it also ensured that people who I were certain were going for the same house that you were going for no longer would. And so, while yes, I can see where you were coming from regarding that situation, it was more than just me wanting to live with people I work with, and more so a combination of everything. The easy out, the lower cost, especially given my portion of it.
Yeah.
And number one, I sat there, I thought I was gonna be interior decorator. No, I will not.
It's not as easy as it looks.
Let me tell you. A house with a curve. A house with a curve. Terrible idea, because those wooden panels only come in squares, and they are too thick to cut through.
Yep.
So, I may have sat there spending way too much time on flooring, but we needed to at least get like the bare bones done. Plus, at the end of the day, we're still neighbors, though I do need to speak to Richard.
Yes.
I'd see him in a bit. But he does have a room, so
he says that he's been on a friends and bender, so he I did tell him that I missed him. And okay, so the house stuff done. gonna wash my hands of it. I'm not worried about it. No big deal because we almost have it. The price went down for us too, and especially now that the property tax is lower, we will probably be able to buy it this weekend. So
that's good to hear.
Yes, I'm very thrilled. And again, like it was a knee-jerk reaction, and you know, I shouldn't have put you through that. I should have just dealt with it on my own. It just kind of caught me off
Don't
guard.
worry
So,
about it.
but I appreciate you understanding. And then I had a talk with Richard about the other stuff. So, but I'll leave that for you to talk to. Yeah, because yeah, that's what, you know, and somebody had said something to me earlier that day where, you know, like you know, the adoption thing really isn't that big of a deal, you know, considering, you know, that, you know, all
What
they
did
have
you
is
just do?
swap and they have no intentions of having any other children.
Risha, thank you for 57 months. I appreciate
you know,
it.
just kind of put me in a bad headspace, and I kind of spiraled from that. And you know, but Richard,
I'm gonna be real, Etta. I'm gonna be real. These policies and stuff, I don't really know that I care. It's not gonna change how I feel about anybody I care about. Like, here's the thing. I think two people can live their best lives being significant others without ever having been married and still live the same full life that they would have if the opportunity for marriage didn't present itself. As in, like, legally, right? Let's say people just don't have the funds. Should that be the barrier to entry to marriage? I don't think so. But at the same time, it's not going to prevent me and Richard from living our best lives. Fuck that. Hell no. I mean, hell, for context, you know what I texted Flop in that meeting? What if we renamed you Adopted? And he responded in all caps, I thought about that. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, he's
what if we rename him Sun?
Petty ways to,
you know, what's gonna happen when Sonny Moonstar gets his nickname is Sun? What's gonna happen then?
Yeah,
is everyone gonna catch a $60,000 charge? Did you see my tweet?
Yeah, I did.
There's no way people can take that seriously.
I know. That's why I literally fought it tooth and nail. And like Juno called me on the phone and like got upset with me and called me biased and hung up on me because I had put forth a motion to repeal it this weekend due to public outrage. And I'm just like, she's like, well, there's lots of people pissed about a lot of things. And I was like, okay, no, the adoption policy is the only one that people are bringing to me and have for days. And it's just like, that's why I'm just telling people, get petitions, get signatures, because if I have tons and tons of names to put forth before the council, it won't be biased. It won't look like bias. And oh, I ripped into her because how dare she put, you know, call my integrity into question. It's like, no, this is fucking stupid. We have far bigger battles that need to be fought and bigger issues that need to be dealt with than this.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like, you know, like G6 right now, honestly, Matt, G6, the group 6 is literally killing our economy. Hey, nobody wants to work any other job other than group 6 because it is the highest paying job out there.
How much are they getting paid an hour?
Bro, Alex, Domino Mushkin, who she's a clerk at City Hall. She and I were sitting there talking last night. She said she went with some friends for 40 minutes and made $3,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm in the wrong profession.
Yeah, exactly. And that cops won't go on duty because they're doing G6. Louise Campbell, she's doing group 6 all day long.
Oh my God. Do I have Louise's number?
EMS are doing group 6 constantly. You know, she tweets out that she's a group 6 slut.
Who?
Louise.
Oh no.
Yeah, like it's that bad. Literally, there's nobody on the streets because they're all at group 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know
nobody wants to work Senior Burgers anymore, which I don't blame them, honestly, because that place is fucking psychotic.
Cursed?
But
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Sanitation, I'm being told, isn't running as heavy as it was before, which is causing a materials issue, which is now putting a strain on the mechanics because they can't make the parts to repair the cars without materials.
Oh, you know what though? Fuck Mosley's.
What did you just do?
I went to Mosley's the other day, and they go, "Oh yeah, unfortunately, we no longer have a contract. So it's going to be $1,400." And I was like, "Well, what would it have been with a contract?" They said $850. So I was like, "Hold on." I left. I went to Popular Street. Repair costs, no contract, $850.
Okay, wait a minute. Who was it who did that? Do you know the name of the mechanic who said that?
It was, I don't know their name.
Because
though
I can
they
guarantee
did have
Mary would
a
lose her shit if she knew that.
Well, so from my understanding, Mary was fully aware because the PD did not have a signed contract with Mosley's. And I was told specifically it's happening because the captains haven't gotten back to Mary.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that Turner is the one who's been in charge of that, and he has just not been around. He's on LOA, right?
He
was on a short LOA. Yeah,
I believe so, but I'm not 100% certain. But at the end of the day, right, when I'm getting told that, and I can go to Popular, and they have the same repair for $850, which is the after contract price, and there's no contract. Yeah. Why am I not going to go to Popular Street at every opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hell, I've been going up to Polito. Kean Mercer, he is an old friend of mine, and he's trying to open up a shop up in Polito. So I've been driving my ass all the way up to fucking Polito to get my ambos fixed because, you know, they're always around, or they're at least in the yellow pages, you know, and yeah, they're cheap. And I'm helping out, somebody that is working really hard to make something, I mean, the only problem is that it's going to be very difficult to do repair reimbursements without documentation. So,
truthfully, I don't know that any officer expects to be reimbursed. We haven't yet.
I mean, no, wait, y'all did get reimbursed. I literally paid out $150,000 to PD for reimbursements. It should have come directly from Captain Turner because there's no PD account. So
we pretty much at some point. Okay, so remember when the repair costs were insanely high? This was like over a month ago. We were told, you'll be reimbursed, blah, 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 just document everything. From my understanding, some of those got reimbursed. But at that point, we were kind of just told, I mean, yeah, document it if you want, but the likelihood of reimbursement is slim.
Yeah, so, well, that was, okay, I'm going to be honest, and because it's you, I'm going to tell you this, that when I started in my position, the state account was $10 million.
Damn.
That's it. Okay, now that sounds like a lot, but when you're running a city, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It took 2 days for it to go up $1 million. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then Max was voted into office and cut all of the taxes. It crawled down to taking 5 days to accrue $1 million.
Ooh.
Now, we recently had an influx, so it has doubled. Up to 22 million, but that's only because of the Mosley's restocks, which are not infinite. Yeah. So like right now, we're neutral. Like we're just barely, continuing to grow because, I mean, every government paid job comes out of the state account. It's not federally subsidized anymore. So every time you pick up your paycheck, that's coming out of the state account, so it's
yeah,
I have to make sure that more money is coming in than going out. And if he
what about Group 6
taxes,
is that coming out of the state account or is that Group 6
I don't know
specific?
I have to talk to Alan, but he's been gone for 3 days and I need to wrangle his ass.
Ooh, okay.
But
Yeah, because there are questions that I have, and then I need to find out why the mayor keeps cutting taxes without consulting me. Because that shit's gonna get fucking old real quick.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
don't blame you
because
one
like
bit.
I can't, like literally my
Hold
my
on.
neck is on the line.
What's up, Cornwood?
I don't mean to interrupt. I was
Oh,
just
you're
gonna
fine.
ask, can you take Mac out today? Because he says he needs one more person, apparently, one more like vote sign off on him being solo. Because he's a non-solo cadet still.
Okay. Normally I would say yes. And I will, but it can't be right now. It would have to be in like a couple hours from now. Which isn't really ideal if he's been on duty and gone out. Logistically that wouldn't make sense. Is there somebody else available who could? I don't want to say no.
I gotta go to bed because I got a doctor's appointment.
Right.
If I'm a shift 2 FTO, can I sign off on shift 3? Can I sign off on him given the shift 3?
Have you ridden with him as an
No,
FTO?
No, this is just for the future. Because I
don't know the official procedure behind it.
Maybe it's like a half vote, like, hey, if it helps any.
Well, I mean,
it's like an unofficial vote of confidence.
Have you gone out with him at all?
No, I'm just saying for the future if I'm in this situation, because I'm around, me, I'm around all the day.
Right, you're shift 0. You're you're all of the above. I'm gonna have to look into that because I don't know if a person outside of a normal shift can recommend for PPO. Do you know if he was intended to be fast tracked? Hold on, give me a second.
I thought that he might have been because he came in with experience, but I don't know for sure if that's the case or not.
I don't necessarily. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm looking into something. What's his first name?
Liam McMahon.
Let me take a look at something. Oh. Let me just reference. Hold on. Okay, so looking over FTO report, or the FTO report that's here, I see that he is on track as a fast track hire. In addition, Flop specifically was on scene with him. Everything was great. The only thing is he didn't go over case law, and didn't process anybody. So there is currently a vote for him. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna ask him some case law related stuff. If he can answer them properly, he'll have my vote. Because if he can lead a scene, which it indicates he can based on this prior session, and the only thing that they really didn't go over was case law related stuff, and he can verify to me that he can. The only thing is he also didn't process anybody during this situation, but it's something that we can monitor when he does process somebody.
Yeah.
So I'll go have that conversation with him. And if he answers properly, he'll have my vote. And we should be able to push him through to PPO.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'll just let him know you'll talk to him after.
All right.
After
Sounds good.
Appreciate it.
it.
Yeah, sure thing. Sorry, Etta.
No.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
You're
Have a
fine,
good one.
Cornwood. You have a good night.
You too.
All right.
So, but yeah, also with this whole like the threats and things like that, yeah, that's a whole other can of worms. Apparently, somebody is feeding me to the wolves.
I don't understand why. You didn't even have any say in it.
No, it's more like there was a REIT legislation that they tried to pass, which is a real estate investment trust. I don't know if you've ever heard of anything like that. Basically,
No.
it would allow people to be slumlords and not get taxed. They could just buy up houses tax-free, and so
What
of
did you
course,
just do?
Crane and I spoke up about it because it would literally cripple the economy, with especially houses being so limited as they are. And then to remove the taxes from that, it would just not be conducive to a baby, economy such as ours. And we have no landlord-tenant laws. There's not even like legislation or anything pertaining to trusts. So they're literally taking verbiage from other cities and trying to make it apply here, and that's just not how that works. So we were able to get that tabled and thrown off, but I was very vocal about my dissent, and apparently it got back to Mr. K, who has Mr. K's Section K real estate, and yeah, he was not happy. So whoever relayed the information to Mr. K, instead of my saying this would allow people to be slumlords, this is a scam. No, that's because you're literally writing contracts applying to terms that don't exist here. Which Crane said all the same things. But apparently somebody went to Mr. K and said that I called him a slumlord and a scammer. So, he said I'm a dog shit piece of, whatever, and I'm a corrupt rat. And then I got a call from Charlotte, who told me that he was skulking around in the hospital looking for me. And then Sean literally was there on a call to get a 95 and overheard Mr. K just walking up to dark-haired people asking, going, "Hey, Etta?" So, yeah. I've been in a police car, Smile. And that's where I'm going to stay for a while, I guess.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But that's a me thing. You warned me that there would be baggage with this job, and I know that it was a possibility.
Kind of baggage, though.
Well, I also have Juno trying to question my integrity and call me biased because I want to repeal her stupid fucking legislation. But hey,
she was the one who proposed that.
Yeah, Max said it was Juno's idea. Which she says, no, it was all of us. I'm like, okay, no, it wasn't all of us because I didn't vote for this shit. And then
I know exactly what I would say.
What?
Oh, but I'm a hold back. I can't.
Oh, you gonna make a comment about her getting disowned?
Because she got
Richard
disowned?
already did that. Yeah, she was Stubbles, and Stubble disowned her way back. Yeah.
Juno, you the one that was disowned.
Yeah.
Okay,
Richard made a comment this morning about that, and I was just like, oh, damn, he said that shit. Okay.
What's her last name?
Sweeney. It makes me sad because, she and I actually were really good friends, and she supported me getting this position, but the minute that we bumped heads, she wants to start calling my integrity into question. And I'm sorry, we can have a disagreement and I can be upset with her, but I'm not going to sit here and say she's corrupt and that she's incapable of doing her job. You know what I mean? And she's already trying to throw that card at me. And I'm like, oh no, I am not the one, because anybody who knows me knows damn well that my integrity, I will stick to my guns. I don't bend for anybody, and I don't believe in exceptions. So, whereas she's the one with the sketch history, so she don't want to play that game.
Damn.
Yep. Now that also leads me to other issues. So you know how I said that Max was really just very candid and wanted balance?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nah, dog. He's
What do you
already
mean?
starting to do